Our company has been successfully manufacturing pharmaceuticals for various purposes for 20 years. We follow the development of science in the field of pharmaceuticals. We analyze and implement new technologies. We constantly update our product line. At our enterprise we have various equipment for production of medicines, from granulator to self-adhesive labels automatic line. 5 years ago our plant became part of a large holding company for the production of medicines and biological supplements in Kaliningrad. The accession gave us the opportunity to increase our production capacity and upgrade our equipment. I have been working as a chief technologist for 10 years, and I know all the technological processes well. I made the choice of new equipment myself, coordinating it with the management before purchase. It was not an easy job. There are a lot of equipment on the market. Geography of manufacturers has expanded, competition has increased, and this in turn has affected the quality of the equipment produced. In pharmaceutical production it is very important to control the quality of raw materials and finished drugs. In production, they check the moisture level, melting time, transparency, decomposition and dissolution time, quantitative composition, melting, hardness parameters. In order for the products to fully meet the requirements of hygiene, it was necessary to take the issue of equipment selection seriously. The main criteria in the search for a machine were, firstly, the equipment should be fully automated, bag feeding, seam welding, trimming. Secondly, the control of the machine should be simple and clear. The machine was planned to be located in the assembly and packing shop. The important condition was to provide the productivity of not less than 3000 bags per day in one shift work of the enterprise, and possibility of its subsequent increase. I'm used to doing my job properly and working only with specialists. To a question of a choice of the machine for packing bags by the powder I have approached seriously. I did not use the internet to search for equipment, because unprofessionalism often hides behind a beautiful picture. I visited the International Exhibition of Equipment, Raw Materials and Technologies for Pharmaceutical Production, which took place in Moscow. There were many filling machines at the exhibition, from different manufacturers, from all over the world. Basically, the choice of the machine depends on the desired capacity and the material to be packed. I plan to decide which type of filling machine to choose for our production after arrival to the enterprise. At the fair, I took contacts from the representatives of 3 companies which, according to the catalog they presented, offered a great variety of configurations of powder compacting machines. Powder filling is the technological process of batching pharmaceutical products in powder form into individual packages. Back at the plant, I began contacting representatives of equipment manufacturers by telephone. A company from Germany could machine a powder filling machine, but asked me to come and sign the contract in person. Unfortunately, I could not travel to the European Union, as I did not have a visa, and the visa process would have taken at least 3 months. The company from China sent me a catalog of products at the post. I chose for a long time, but I could not figure out what the possible productivity of the machine, what the allowable volume of packaging. The third manufacturer from Krasnodar listened to me, and replied that he could produce the equipment for packaging only 6 months, citing the large volume of orders. I had to refuse, since the machine was needed in the shortest possible time. The equipment had to be found and bought, by all means. I was not able to do it myself. This put my confidence to rest a bit. I planned to find a specialist in equipment supply, who would give me good advice, and be able to deliver the machine within 2 months. I decided to look online at companies that supply pharmaceutical equipment. I wanted a professional who had been in the pharmaceutical equipment supply business for a long time and had positive customer reviews. I chose 3 of the most presentable companies. I looked at the company's time in the equipment supply market, the company's website, and the machine's delivery terms as criteria. I phoned all the companies to be sure of the manager's professionalism. The specialist of one company said to wait for 5 minutes, but never listened to me. I didn't like this attitude to the customer. The manager of another company talked to me politely, asked questions about the required capacity of the machine for filling, manufacturing time. After 5 days, I received 9 variants of different machines from them in the mail, and an offer to make a choice on their own. I realized that they do not have a professional approach, and I will not help me in solving the search for equipment. The last, third option of the intermediary from Moscow turned out to be successful for me. I carefully studied the capabilities of the machine and its characteristics, looked through the reviews of the proposed equipment on the internet, and came to the conclusion that it was a good option. The machine was acceptable in characteristics and quality. Within a week we made a contract for delivery of the equipment. The manager reported 2 weeks in advance on the degree of readiness of the machine for packing powder. The machine was delivered on schedule. All processes, powder packing, welding, and bag trimming were automated. All indicators of the equipment operation can be monitored on the control panel of the device. We were satisfied with the automatic equipment for filling bags with powder recommended and supplied by the manager of this company. In any case, it is better to turn to a professional, and then your task will not seem so difficult. People think that everything is easy for professionals in their business, but I am sure that such specialists work to make us think so.